Ooh. Happy birthday. Hello and welcome to the homestead. For those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome. For those who follow me very religiously, thanks again from the bottom of my heart. This means a lot to me. Today I will address the subject that got me a little bit thinking when I was editing the tomato multi-sowing video I made. If you're sowing tomatoes and you want to try multi-sowing, I'll put that video in the description below. But I did say a term that could actually get people like saying, boop, interrogation. That is a determinate variety of tomato. And I just want to let you know there's two types of tomatoes, determinate and indeterminate. A indeterminate tomato will grow as tall as it is given a trellis to crawl up. I had some tomato varieties go up to 7 feet, close to 7 feet in last year. It was actually funny, I had to get a stool or ask my husband to pick those tomatoes because I just couldn't go. The only thing is that to keep the plant healthy, a little bit of pruning is necessary. As for a determinate tomato, in the term it actually says it's a determinate height, which is about 4 feet-ish. A stake is necessary to make sure that it doesn't fall over, but you don't have to have that complicated trellis system installed. Just one stake per plant and you're good to go, and you just tie up as the plant grows up. At one point it's going to reach that 4 feet and it's going to stay bushy like that. This is where you don't necessarily have to prune your determinate plant. I only bottom prune to make sure that there's good airflow, but as for the rest, I don't touch the plant because that plant has an amount of side shoots and an amount of fruits that I can produce, and if you cut those branches, you're gonna cut your produce, your future harvest out of those plants. So that's why you don't want to prune your determinate tomato. A determinate will normally have a bunch of fruit all at the same time. So if you are planning to have those types of tomatoes, you're gonna have like a bounty full of tomatoes all at once, or almost all at once. And then when the future weeks comes, you're gonna have some here and there, but you're gonna have like 1 or 2 big harvest, and then the plant is slowly gonna die off into the season. Northern climates actually prefer having determinate varieties because there are shorter seasons, like about 50, I've seen 50 to 75 days in the varieties that I have. 70 days, 50 to, I'm gonna say 75 because I think I have a package that is 75. And if you have a short, like 100 season, this is perfect because you're gonna have a healthy plant, you're gonna have a lot of food, and you're gonna be rewarded for having those types of tomatoes if you're in a northern climate. If you go with an indeterminate, which is 65-ish to 100 days, if your growing season is about 100 days, you're not gonna have that much fruit out of them. The only downside of determinate is there's not as many varieties available, so that's why if you want those colorful tomatoes, you're gonna have to go with an indeterminate. I'm gonna show you a couple of seed package that I have here. Those are the people I order my seeds often. I really love those seed places. They have good quality seeds, good service, and overall I love practically all their varieties that they have. A seed package has a lot of information in the back. It tells you when to start them, the days to germinate, the days to maturity, and how to plant them outside. Some will have the seed depth, the temperature, and in the back you're gonna see here I have determinate. Some of them I had to go online to go find them out. It's like this one, it's one of their older package. I didn't write it, so I had to go on their website to find it. And then like this one is an indeterminate. I just want to address one more thing. When you sow seeds 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost. Like I said, it's going to take up to 2 weeks for them to germinate. You're going to have them inside between 4 to 8 weeks, depending when you're showing them. And then you transplant them after any risk of frost. For me, it's about mid-May, but I push it closer to June because last year I had a risk of frost. I think it was June 1st or a couple of days before June 1st. So thank God I didn't transplant all my seedlings. And then this is where days to maturity comes into line. Days to maturity means from the day you put it outside in the ground, you calculate day 1, day 2, day 3, 50 days, 60 days, 70 days, 100 days to give you an idea in optimal conditions when you're gonna have your first tomato. And that is for practically every seed that you sow inside. For peppers, if it says 60 days to maturity, it's not from when you start the seed, it's when you start to transplant them outside, and it's optimal conditions. If it's watered well, if it's fed well, if there's sun and everything. So if it says 50 days, give yourself a couple of days more or less before and after to have an actual fruit. I hope this helps. If you still have any questions on determinate or indeterminate tomatoes or anything I have said in this video, comment below and I will gladly answer them. And I just want to let you know that if you love sowing seeds, I will be sowing a little bit more next week. I probably will be starting some of my eggplants and some of my peppers. If you want to see how I do it, make sure to pop in. So thanks again for popping in the homestead and have yourself a wonderful day.